Yabba dabba doo wee. Welcome to week 3, folks. It's the Goose and the Griz, here to bring you everything maximum effort, minimum results. And it is the week 3 edition. Goose, how you doing today, bro?
Doing great, bro. I'm doing great. I'm celebrating. Tampa Bay Rays team got a couple games left. About five. We're in the postseason. We're gonna celebrate back here. I'm in my new stadium. Life is good, brother. Life is good.
Sounds good, man. Got some exciting things going on the baseball front, which is normally not exciting to me. When it comes to baseball, I'm more excited about football. So on that account, we got to bring in our guest, which is Lewis here. And who would have thought that Lewis would be the benefactor of the game of the week? Lewis, my brother, good to see you. How you doing, boss?
What's happening, man?
Not much. You took the win this week versus Hector. Got the upset, 113 to 105. Want to go over it a little bit and then get your input on this here. Your top 5 outscored him by 20 points, and then he outscored you by a few on the flex and then on the bench, which thankfully it didn't come to. Story here was kind of a lackluster Monday Night Football ending. Your Rashad White got 6 and T. Higgins got 4, so you're able to hang on for the win. How do you feel, man?
Just lucky, man. Honestly, I thought I was going to lose, to be honest with you, because I know the Bengals, they're going through their struggles with Burrow, but T. Higgins, I wanted T. Higgins, if I'm honest with you, but
that's the story of the game. T. Higgins and those drops. He finished with
I saw that. I saw a couple of drops, and I thought, okay, good.
And 2 catches, 21 yards, 8 targets.
And even one in the end zone. I was surprised about that. But
8 is not his lucky number. He's gotten 8 targets in the first week. He had 0 catches. He got 8 targets this week. So going how it's going, I guess week 5 will get 8 targets and maybe 4 catches. I don't know.
Yeah, that's it's tough to call. It's week 3. It's
well, hey man, congratulations though. It's definitely good to see you in the win column already. I hate to bring up some harsh news here, but I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up some of the history. So last year you technically got your first win in week 6 when you got a tie with Carlos, okay? But you didn't get your first outright win until week 12. This time you got it in week 3. Do you feel a little more hopeful about this year then?
A little bit.
A little bit?
I look at the team. Yeah, just a little bit, just because I look at the team and I look at the way it's going. Everybody has their doubts. Half of me thinks kind of falling apart a little bit here in the running back room, at least.
That's everybody, man.
And then losing Williams after that big game,
wow,
that sucks. Yeah, that really sucks. Over the years, it's been a love-hate thing with me and Williams. But just the upside is too tempting for me. So, I ended up drafting him again. He puts up a monster, not a monster game, but he puts up a good game. And then he's out for the season. Just my luck, huh? But I'm trying to stay more positive this year. Last year was kind of like 3/4 of the way through the fantasy season. It was like, I'm fucking
done. Hey, that's how I feel right now. And it's only week 3 for me.
Hey, almost everybody's going to lose. Almost everybody's going to lose 3 games this year. Maybe 1 or 2 teams will lose only 1 or 2, but hey, 0-3, you still got a chance. 0-5, even you could still have a chance. But
you can go.
But you got to make some moves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So it's like I said, it's been an interesting 3 weeks. The last 2 weeks without Eckler has been interesting. Losing to Carlos by 3.5, like
that was a close one.
Najee, Khalil, give me a little bit more, and I would have had that, but it just didn't.
That's been the difference this year, I think, though, for you is you started 0-2, you got your first win, but you've been close. You've been scoring points. You haven't been,
Right.
it's not like last year where, you were scoring 70, 80 points and it was kind of obvious that you were going to have a hard time getting one win. It seems like even despite having some question marks and trying to get Eckler back, you have a chance to make some noise here, don't you think?
Yeah, yeah. And the only thing, honestly, that, obviously Pop Warner division, I think all three of us were 0-2 last week. I think two of us are 1-2 now. But
Yeah. Yeah.
the
So
guy, I think it's Jet that's 0-3.
you're right.
He's got a good team. Honestly, arguably the best team in the division, I think. With Debo and Kenneth Walker.
Talking about Jeff's team, let's talk about your week 4 matchup against Jeff.
Is it Jeff? Oh, shit.
Yes, sir. You got them.
Oh, man.
This is my command.
Oh, God.
You won that. Let's go. Let's keep going. What else?
I mean, Lamar's playing Cleveland this week. That's the number 1 defense overall against your Geno. It's Najee and Khalil Herbert versus Jacobs and Walker. Jacobs been underperforming. You got Gabe Davis and Shaheed versus his A.J. Brown and Debo, which, he definitely has some good receivers there. And then at flex, you got White, Lockett, Muth, and Laporta versus Waller, Hollywood, Gainwell, and Kendre. So I think it's going to be close, man. They got Jeff favored right now by 17, but we know how ESPN is. They think you got a 99% chance, when you're down by 60. So it's anybody's game for sure, right?
Right.
Yeah, I can see Jeff having the advantage slightly over here with Kenneth Walker, but like you were talking about, these running backs, they're so variable this year. But the ones that we were counting on are out, and then the ones that were money last year have been doing really poorly here with Najee Harris and Josh Jacobs. We just don't know what you're going to get out of these guys.
Yeah.
But you got some players, man. You got some Rashid Shaheed, man. That boy can play. You got some Sam Laporta. He came through.
That was I know, and rookie tight end. I guess nobody told him that rookie tight ends aren't supposed to perform that good.
They're not.
They do when they're on the field all the time.
Exactly, and that's why I put him in there. When I saw that he was always on the field, I'm like, this guy is. I got to get this guy.
But I think you got some pretty decent matchups. You got Geno Smith. It might come down to another Monday night. You never know. Seahawks and Giants. You got Najee against Houston.
They're stressful, man.
They always are. At least it's only one this week, right?
Finally.
Yeah, right.
That doubleheader is killing me. It's not even a doubleheader. But this might be your saving grace here. Khalil Herbert. I know he hasn't done much this year. He plays Denver. And I'm not sure if anybody remembers what just happened to Denver, but they got shellacked.
Jordan hates Denver, by the way.
I don't hate Denver. I like Denver a lot. I just can't believe how bad they've gone. Like, I mean, think about being a Broncos fan, man. I put it in the chat before. You go from thinking Russ is your saving grace, give up multiple firsts, and then you got to give up another first to a coach to save him, and you just lost by 50 points.
That's John Elway's fault.
He's out of there now, though. Okay. He set the table. Yeah.
Wrong guy.
Yeah, he set the table. He did all that. He brought Russ over. That's probably why he's gone.
Yeah, no, that is why he's gone.
He got out of town.
What you got, Jordan? Last word.
Hey, man, all I got to say is it's awesome to see you in the win column here, Lewis, and appreciate you joining us here, man. Wish you the best of luck going forward. Keep it up, and look out for some trades, man. Your team might not be where you want it to be right now, but we're going to get into some of the trades that have already been going through. So
yeah, I've got like 4 offers right now, and it's hard. Like I gotta like have a think about it because
pace yourself, man. Pace yourself.
Drafted these running backs early, and with Herbert, like if he looked like he was trying to take Montgomery's job, and he did, but now he's just he's looking like Najee out there, kind of like getting less than 2 yards a carry. It's just ridiculous.
Bears are a mess, though. That's part of the reason why. But hey, man, keep the course, keep going, Hopefully you even up your record this upcoming week. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see.
All right.
All right, brother. Thanks for joining us, man. Take it easy, all right?
Peace.
We're back.
Absolutely. Good to see Lewis in the win column. Like I said, it took a while last year, but hey, there we go. But, once again, 2 doubleheaders on Monday night, 2 game of the weeks again. I really did not enjoy this as much, being a part of the game of the week part 2. But hey, at least I got the win over Sam. 150 to 147. Story of this one was Puka versus Tutu. If you would have told me that was going to be the story of week 3 before the season started, I would have called you a liar. But my high five beat out Sam's 108 to 86. He beat me out at the flex 61 to 42, and he got me on bench. Tutu came close, man. Tutu came close to really ruining another week for me there, but I moved to 2-1, and Sam moves to 1-2. Any thoughts about this game, Goose?
Yeah, it was interesting because like we were talking about before the show, I did not realize this game was as close as it was. I figured you had to win with Puka and Tutu going at it, and Tutu dropped a couple passes, and I thought that was going to be it for him. And then I guess there was some more action there in the fourth quarter, and then ended up being a 3-point deficit at the end of the story. So Tutu almost burned you there. But boy, did you!
I'll tell you who set the table for that, though, man. Davante Adams. Jesus. I mean, I had Keenan Allen who went off for 48, and I thought I had a pretty comfortable margin. I knew that Tutu and Davante could combine for 50 plus, which is what he needed. I didn't think Davante was going to get 50 almost by himself, bro. It's the Las Vegas Davante Adams right now.
It's unbelievable, just seeing this kind of production. This is amazing.
Yeah, man. It was a good matchup for sure. And Keenan actually did get a touchdown, but strangely enough, he threw one, which was weird. He threw that one to Mike Williams. So, I've been enjoying that. My second round pick coming through for me there. But yeah, bro, it's definitely going to be it's going to be rough, I think, all year because it seems like I'm a magnet for these close games. That's for sure.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, another week, another heart attack. You better keep that heartburn medication close by, or those that aspirin, man. I don't want.
I'm gonna have to start chewing on some aspirin mid-game.
I would. Before the game starts, start chewing some aspirin, and then at halftime, chew some more. We need you around for the rest of the season, man.
I'm just gonna get on the phone with 911 and just be like, "Hey, I'm gonna need y'all here by the end of the game. All right? Not now. Just wait." Okay.
They'll be on standby for you.
Hey, speaking of needing some Tums, how you feeling about this next game here, bro? You and Manny, unfortunately, did not go your way. This was a pretty big shellacking as well. He more than doubled you up. He outscored you by a lot in his top 5, 106-53. Flex, he outscored you. Bench, he outscored you. The team dropped the ball literally and figuratively here, man.
Yeah, sure did. I mean, anytime you have a team, his top 5 starters outscoring my whole team. So his top 5 starters scored 106 points. That's pretty bad. So I ended up with the lowest score this week, and it happens, right? Every once in a while, your whole team just kind of just shits the bed, and it's just happened to be my week this week when it came to that. Yeah, it's not pretty. It is what it is, 0-3, he moves on to 3-0. This is what you were expecting out of Manny each and every week, so it's not uncommon for him to go on a tear like this. For me, it's just, we're questioning some things, moves. We made some today. Panic, you can't panic. I should have had those first 2 games. My deficits were a lot closer, 11 points in week 1, and I believe it was 15 points in week 2. Could a quarterback changed that deficit? Probably. So we went ahead and got one. So that's kind of what we're doing. We're gonna tweak a couple of things. It's not gonna guarantee anything, but we're gonna try and shoot for a better result. I do have you to contend with in week 4, so that's not gonna be an easy battle regardless. But we're gonna go back to the tool shed, get some more tools, and see how it comes. See if we make a difference in the box score at the end of the day. we'll see.
Yeah, a little peek behind the curtain there. Goose and I definitely were talking earlier today, trying to, see if maybe we can make something work. And we're both like, yeah, we play this week. So we're probably not going to do anything that's going to benefit one or the other. But you got to have the conversations, right? You got to kind of see where you might be at. I kind of knew that Goose would be in the mix of things. But let's go through some of those trades real quick. We'll get back to the games in a second. But there's kind of an aside here. Like you said, you made the trade with Manny after this game. He received Nico Collins from you. You got the #1 fantasy QB in Kirk Cousins. I know you had your QB before was T-Law. Is that right?
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence. He was averaging
he's
14, 15 points a game.
Averaging a disappointment a week, pretty much.
Pretty much, but we'll see. I mean, we can get into it more later on, but he hasn't popped off like I expected. Like most people expect him to take off. Will it happen later in the season? It could, but that O-line is worse this year than it was last year, so that's a big problem.
That's true.
So they just got to make some adjustments. I think he has the talent, all the potential in the world to take that step to be QB1, but it's taken a while. We're at week 4 now. We haven't seen it, so it's definitely a concern.
Yeah, I definitely got some thoughts about that a little later, but just touching on your other trade here real quick. You and Saheed, man, you were working. Saheed gets Jalen Warren, Bijan Robinson, your first round pick, and Josh Kelly. I should call him Josh Smelly. And Goose receives Samaje Perine, Javonte Williams, so that whole Denver backfield, plus Calvin Ridley. So, yeah, you did some changeover, man.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. I know there's a lot of people on the horn today. I think I was on the horn with like Alex, Hector. I texted you, Saheed, my little brother. So I wasn't trying to force anything. And then the deal between me and Saheed was pretty much dead, because we were done just going back and forth. And then we came back one last time, and I threw in Samaje Perine, he threw in Kelly, and we ended up getting it done.
Sure. And it's kind of like you said, the moral of the story is like like that story of the elephant and the mouse. You ever heard that?
No. Tell me.
No. It's a simple story. The elephant and the mouse fall in love, but the moral of the story is if it don't fit, don't force it.
Yeah, I agree. And you got one more.
You got one more trade. Joel and Alex. This one was pretty recent here. Let's see. Joel got Amon-Ra St. Brown and Ezekiel Elliott. Alex got Gus Edwards, Raheem Mostert, and Michael Thomas. So a 2 for 3. The prime gem here, I think, is Amon-Ra St. Brown. Raheem Mostert is in there. He had that huge game too. Kind of risky either way, you think?
He must have seen something he liked at that game. And Raheem
70 points will do that to you.
Well, yeah. Well, Raheem Mostert and Devon Achane, which we'll talk later on, those are the 2 hottest names in the running back business right now. So if you got your hands on one of them, you got a good chance, of having a successful season this year.
People forget Mostert might be old for a running back, but that dude is fast. But
he looks a lot better in Miami than he did in San Francisco. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that that's where Mike McDaniels came from, and he probably saw how he's utilized and was like, I can do better with him, and he brought him over.
I'm thinking McDaniels has done an exceptional job, way better than Shanahan ever did with him in San Francisco.
Yeah, I would agree. Shanahan's got some history with some good play calling, but situationally, I think he can make some better decisions. I mean, how many running backs have they drafted and then total, like when they got Trey Sermon, and then your 6th round pick ends up starting over him week 1? Like, where the hell did that come from?
Right.